Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. How are you today? I hope everything is fine, okay? Before starting our presentation today, let me introduce myself. My name is Imas Lestari. I'm 6th semester. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in this presentation, we are going to discuss about Handbook of Applied Linguistic Communication, Competence Language and Communication Problems, Practical Solution. Okay, let's us continue to the next slide. Chapter 1. The Nature of Foreign Language Learning. A. What makes a language foreign? Number 1. Introduction. This paper considers some aspects of a phenomenon which seem to need no further consideration. The characteristic of foreignness in connection with language and with language in general. Number 2. Foreignness, attention and neglect. It is the foreign language that come to mind first when we think about foreignness in language. The expression foreign language appears to be an unproblematic word of everyday communication. Number 3. Foreign semantic and cognitive exploration. Number 4. Language and group. Number 5. Foreignness and degrees of distance. Number 6. The nationalization of language. Number 7. Linguistic foreignness and foreign language within the paradigm of national language. Number 8. Migration, globalization, and foreign language. Number 9. Transnationalization and practice in dealing with linguistic foreignness, a challenge for language teaching. B. Multilingualism and foreign language learning. A multilingual individual is anyone who can communicate in more than one language, be it active through speaking and writing, or passive through listening and reading. C. Foreign language teaching and educational policy. This chapter set out to review key trends in current policies and practice in foreign language education in school setting. Language education is a complex process ranging from interaction in literacy practice directly reflecting the mother tongue spoken in the child's home, through interaction in high varieties related to the home language variety, interaction in quite unrelated varieties. D. Learning and teaching multiple language. Learning your business partner's language is often given as the external justification for learning foreign language. E. Developing links between second language acquisition, research, and language teaching. F. Language awareness. Chapter 2. Perspective on foreign language learning and teaching. Number 1. The linguistic perspective. It would seem to be self-evident that the discipline of linguistics should have anything to offer which are relevant to the understanding and effective promotion of foreign language communication and learning. Number 2. Cultural perspective on language learning and teaching. What's a culture? Culture. Look it up. A group of microorganisms grow in a nutrient substance under controlled conditions. A gram of grams on a glass slide is all a laboratory experiment calling itself a society. Most of us regulars make to with life of the slide. We even agree to feel proud of the culture. Number 3. The political perspective. The present chapter considers the topic of political perspective on foreign language learning and teaching. It considers the main politically inspired approaches, explores and traditions from which they emerge, examines their underlying assumptions and assess the degree to which they can be empirically validated. Number 4, the cognitive perspective as opaque and or critical periods. Chapter 3, the design of foreign language teaching. Number 1, foreign language syllabus design. Syllabus design is central to the course design process. Designing a course involves a host of needs associated with implementation of syllabuses for use in specific language teaching programs. This includes inter alia how a selected syllabus will need to be adapted to a specific learning level and to a local context. How and in what form information will be graded to forfeit the specification of language and context which the syllabus will contain. How lesson unit will be structured and by means of what methodology the syllabus content which be card to the learner. Number 2, the methodology of foreign language teaching, method, approach, principle. As one dictionary, the Oxford Advanced Learners defines its methodology is a set of methods and principles used to form a particular activity. The activity we are concerned with is second or second language teaching. Next, number 3, autonomous language learning. The late 1970 witnesses the emergence of the notion of autonomy in language learning. Many of its basic principles, however, have a century-old tradition and are deeply rooted in humanistic philosophy and education. Number 4, teaching the spoken foreign language. Speaking is not necessarily an easy part of language learning. People might read and write quickly, effectively, and learn successfully through and writing words, but the ability to speak does not always follow. In some ways, speaking is different kind of engagement with the foreign language and hence requires different kind of learning activity. Number 5, teaching the written foreign language. The survey examines major themes in foreign language interaction involving the written language. For the purpose of this overview, the term foreign language refers to research and interaction in second, foreign and additional language research on the teaching of the written foreign language. From both reading and writing perspective, it's small different from English first language ELA interaction. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you for your listening and thank you so much for your attention. See you next time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.